So my name is Shaquinta Neal, Executive Director here at Foodchain. Welcome, welcome, welcome. To give you kind of a little bit of insight on who we are, we're a nonprofit that was created in 2012 with the goal of connecting food and community. One of the reasons why we chose this particular location was because of the fact that not only does it allow us to be entrenched in our community, it's located right in the middle, but also because it is in a certified food desert, which means that there's a grocery store that is not within a mile, and also there is a poverty rate here of 20% or more than 20%. And then, of course, the fact that we were able to be in the crossroads of three distinctive communities here. We have Smithtown, we have Coolivin, and of course, West 6. And the last thing is this building itself. We're located in a building that encourages community, and we're able to collaborate with some amazing organizations here in our very building. So let's kind of walk you through a little bit of what you see. So the first thing you'll notice is our kitchen. The idea is that this kitchen is supposed to be reminiscent of a household kitchen. The idea also is, historically, this was an educational space where kids and adults could come and learn how to cook in hands-on opportunities and experiences. To, first of all, encourage them and expose them to food, but also encourage food curiosity. And of course, kind of create a bonding experience as well. But due to COVID, we did have to pivot and change some things. So our programming has now met our community where they are and also done things virtually, but we hope to have people in this space again. A second part of this kitchen, if you look a little bit further behind me, that is our processing kitchen, which serves as a home base for 4 of our major programs that we do here. The first is our processing kitchen, of course, where we process gleaned items as well as leftover items into reusable and basically easily to access produce. Our second program is Nourish. So Nourish was developed in response to the pandemic, and that was a collaborative effort between Foodchain, Keelan, and Visit Lex, and we currently power that program to connect community with food through meal boxes as well as hot meals. As of right now, we're currently serving over 1,000 meals to community members 3 times a week, as well as serving 150 homes weekly as well. Then our third program is our snacks program, where we create homemade creative snacks for children for after-school programming to encourage food curiosity and as well as to expose them to food. And our last program is our workforce development program that we're super excited to get started again, where we help individuals who have had barriers to employment to be able to get the training that they need to seek employment in the culinary sector. Now that you've heard a little bit about our kitchen and all the things that we do here, I want to kind of take you a little bit on a journey. The first place is where the magic happens, in our office. So when you walk through, you may notice a beautiful mural on the wall. The point of that mural is to kind of show in a visual sense all things Foodchain. So there's vegetables, and of course there's fish. Make sure to check that out as we walk through. And then again, we'll go to the crown jewel of Foodchain, which is the start of our history, the farm. Welcome to our crown jewel, which is our farm. This is where it all began. In 2012, the idea was to create a system that was an aquaponics system that had 2 agricultural methods. First is hydroponics, which is the cultivation of plants in water, and then aquaculture, which is the cultivation of fish. The idea is that this farm is supposed to show the closed loop in limiting byproduct waste. And so basically the fish and the plants work together to create a sustainable ecosystem. The plants clean the water and the fish eat the bacteria away that helps the plants. So it's kind of one big happy family here. And so it's really neat to see everything kind of take place. The other nice thing is that this farm works year round at full capacity. We don't have to do irrigation, and we also have very limited pests here on our farm. So this farm not only allows us to be able to have fish and our greens, here, but also it allows us to do a lot of collaboration. And so you'll notice off to the side, and of course the noise is because of the fact that we are completely indoors and keeping our sustainable ecosystem. There's a lot of noise that's associated with that. But also we've partnered with Kentucky State University, one of the top aquaculture universities in the nation, to have one of our projects here that we are super excited about is our shrimp tank that we have here. And so we're able to grow shrimp here and also help to grow some of the freshest seafood in an inlet state. This farm is definitely something that is near to dear to all of us because it's also an educational experience for all people that come for our tours, because it shows that you basically can grow food anywhere. If you are open to tours, definitely keep that in mind because it's an experience to get a chance to see what we do here, but also get a chance to see agriculture in a completely different aspect from an urban standpoint. I talked a little bit about our greens here. Something that's really neat is that we actually sell our greens currently to local restaurants such as Smithtown and County Club, but also if a consumer, as in our followers, are interested in purchasing greens, they can as well. So you get a chance to take these lovely greens home with you and have in a salad or even with your favorite seafood. Also, our fish is sold to local restaurants as well. If you come to Smithtown, I'm pretty sure you've had tilapia that came from our farm. The other thing is that these tanks are actually, they range about 700 gallons, but they're actually very scalable. And what that means is that we're able to scale these down to 10-gallon tanks and actually take this into the classroom. So we have over 90 aquaponics classroom systems that are currently being used where kids can get a chance to see aquaponics in action in their very classroom. And so the fact that we're able to not only encourage education here at Foodchain, but also in the classroom just speaks volumes of the power of education. Now that you've heard a little bit about us here at Foodchain, now it's time for you to hear a little bit from our neighbors here at the Bread Box, Smithtown and West 6.
So, hola amigos, we are in Smithtown Seafood. My name is Agnes Marrero. I'm the executive chef here in Smithtown Seafood in the Bread Box. We are a family, part of the family of Wida Michael restaurants. Our specialty is seafood and the harvesting of Foodchain. So we work very well together with Six Foodchain and all the other outlets in the building. We have been here for around 8 years. We have been part of this community for 8 years, and we are very, very happy to be. Our business is just fresh seafood, 100%. Try to be 100%, or a lot of the products are Kentucky proud. And one of them is the tilapias that harvest in Foodchain. It's a nonprofit aquaponic farm that we have back in our kitchen. And the main purpose of this restaurant was to be an outlet for the nonprofit Foodchain. That way we can showcase all the harvest that they have in greens, microgreens, and seafood. We have served tilapia and shrimps from them, and that's a commitment that we have since day one here. One of the things that we enjoy most, beside the partnership of West 6 and Foodchain, is to be part of this beautiful building in Smithtown. This neighborhood name is Smithtown originally, so that's why Wida Michael named the restaurant Smithtown. We have a very small but beautiful, comfortable kitchen in the back, and like I said, the kitchen have access to the aquaponic farm of Foodchain. So to me, it's a dream come true. Having to serve food and having the farm next to us, it's something that is a luxury, I think, and it's something that it's a surprise in a 501 in the Bread Box building that people can encounter, and they can see the farm, and they can eat after they see the farm. In whatever they saw, they can have it in the plate. So that's very exciting. Our kitchen is one of the staples of the kitchen. It's very original to the building. The floors and the walls hasn't been touched much, so So it looks like a bread box, really. The kitchen, it has that character of a bakery. The building has its own character. It's a beautiful building that we have not touched much. We conserve all the tiles from the original bread box. It's one of our attractions. The customers come in and they just comment. Every time they come in about original staples that this building have. So we are proud of being part of the 501 Six Bread Box building, and we are very, very grateful to be part of Six family and Foodchain family. Hopefully, you can come and visit us and enjoy the building, enjoy some beer and good, fresh harvest seafood in Smithtown.
My name is Brady Barlow. I'm one of the co-founders here at Six Brewing. We're coming up on our 10th anniversary, which is amazing. We're located currently in our tap room right now, and this building is the old Rainbow Bread Factory. So built in the late 1800s. It was honey crust and wholesome bread, and then it became Rainbow Bread. At one point, we have a little piece of trivia. Anheuser-Busch actually owned this building for a short period of time, and whenever they used to do their snacks. Then it was document storage, and then in August of 2011, we purchased the building because it had sat empty for about 5 years. We purchased the building and did a renovation on it, and now Six Brewing operates here. It's been an exciting ride. It's a very cool building. It's about 90,000 square feet. We've got a lot of different tenants here, including Foodchain, Smithtown Seafood. We have a coffee roaster here called Magic Beans. The Roller Girls of Central Kentucky practice here. There's artist studios here. Kentucky Refugee Ministries are located upstairs. Broke Spoke Community Bike Shop is here. And then Bluegrass Distillers is also here. So one of our big things whenever we started out is we wanted to build a community within this building. And we feel like over the last 10 years, a lot of people came to us with a lot of great ideas, and we feel like that it's been a very great process with a lot of like-minded people that have come together to create this community within the walls. So over the last 10 years, it's been interesting because there was not a lot of craft beer in Lexington whenever we first started here. But now then there are about 8 or 10 different breweries. So our flagship beer is our IPA. Makes it about half of our business. We distribute it all over the state of Kentucky. So one of the big things that we wanted to do is utilize a building that was existing rather than go and do new construction. The other thing that was very interesting to us is that we wanted to be close to downtown Lexington. This particular building afforded us a lot of ability to do that. We also, the Northside Neighborhood Association has been great to work with through this entire process. They were very excited whenever we first came on board with our plans. They've been great people to work with from the get-go. And we felt like that locating inside a historic neighborhood just fit what we were trying to do. And how many places can you go, not only in Kentucky, but in the nation, where that you have a giant industrial building within a neighborhood? Whenever you do the walk around of this building, the oldest part was built in the late 1800s, but then they just kept adding different kind of layers to the building from the late 1800s up until the mid 1900s. So the part we're standing in right now, which is our tap room, was built in around the 1950s, but where KRM is currently located, Kentucky Refugee Ministries, their oldest part, which is along the Legacy Trail, was built in the late 1800s. So it's a very interesting building to walk through and see the different architectural styles whenever you look at that being built over 70 years. What was also very interesting about this building is it had industrial zoning, and we were able to go to the city and they gave us an adaptive reuse overlay, which gave us the ability to put all these businesses in the building. Lexington City was great to work with. They've continued to be great partners in redeveloping this property. One thing that was kind of interesting is some of the pictures that we found were actually, obviously pre-autos. So they would pull up horse-drawn carriages and pull the bread out of here. The other thing that's interesting is the room that we're sitting in right now used to be the packaging room. The other thing that we're located in is the area of Lexington that we're in is called Smithtown. And a lot of the people that worked at Rainbow Bread and Holsum and Honeycrust lived in this neighborhood, and a lot of those people still live here now. You know, it's literally one of those things where they would walk to work, walk home, and you know, they would only be a few hundred feet away. One thing that's kind of cool, whenever we were remodeling the building, we found a check from Rainbow Baking Company. This is dated 1985, but the guy who signed it, his name was Roy Turner. He came in and basically said, "That's my signature." And he gave us a lot of paraphernalia about Rainbow Bread that was really interesting. So he was the manager of this place at one point. We can about 15 different styles of beer right now. And we're the #1 selling craft beer in Kentucky. We're gonna do about 14,500 barrels. That's what we did in 2021. Hopefully we'll do more this year. We have locations here in Lexington, one in Louisville, we have one in Newport, and then we have a farm in Frankfurt. All tap rooms, great locations. They're all very different from each other. So we only distribute in Kentucky and Southern Ohio. And the reason we do that is because we want to be the craft beer of Kentucky. I encourage everyone to come out and help us celebrate our 10-year anniversary. It's at the end of March, and we've had a great 10 years because Lexington, Kentucky has been such great support for us. So we're going to have a week full of great events. We hope everybody comes out and has a beer with us.
Thanks so much for joining us here for this episode of the Bluegrass Trust deTour. We're super excited to have you here with us. Also, just to let you know, on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we have meal distribution from 5:30 to 7. So if you know of anyone that would benefit from those services, feel free to send them here. We are a need-blind organization, so you don't have to provide any information for those services. Also, public tours will be gearing back up. And so those are on Saturdays at 1 p.m. And you can check that out or find out more information on our website at foodchainlex.org. Again, thanks so much and see you soon.